Hey, it's me, Tany FF. Now, this channel is known as Tany FF 2.0. Here, you're gonna get all the complete episodes from my previous channel. You have to continue your studies. What really shocked Taehyung nodded in response and stood up. One unknowingly hugged him in excitement. Thank you so much, excited. Taehyung also hugged her back, smiling a little. Then Wan realized what she was doing. She immediately pulled away from the hug and looked down in embarrassment. Taehyung again sat on his chair like a king and immediately pulled Wine on his lap and smirked widely, making Wine pout. His hands went to her waist and gripped it tightly. Wine looked up while pouting. So, from when I can go to school? Pouting. From tomorrow. Okay, pouting. Now give me your phone. That's it. I will continue my study. Taeyong took his phone from the table and gave it to her. Wine giggled and took the phone. She started using it while Taeyong started working with Wine still on his lap. After some time, he heard cute snores. He looked down to see his angel sleeping while cutely snoring. He smiled and took the phone from her hands and kept it on the table and started working. Time skip. It is afternoon time. Taeyong completed his work and saw his angel still sleeping. He took her in bridal style and went out of the office and entered the limo. After half an hour, they reached their house. He placed her on the bed gently and covered her with the blanket. Then he went to his second office, which one is his home. He bought his laptop from his office and again came to his room and sat on the opposite side of the bed and started working. After some time, Wayne woke up and saw him working. He was so busy that he didn't even notice her. She got up from the bed and went downstairs. As she went down, a maid came to her. Wine, the food is ready. Okay. Wine went and ate the food, and the whole day passed like this. Wine was fully bored while Taeyong was just busy in work. He didn't even eat. Wine didn't know that he didn't eat. Next morning, Wine woke up early and saw Taeyong was still sleeping. She did her morning routine, and Taeyong yesterday gave her school dress and her stationery. She was making her restaurant. Taeyong woke up and saw her. He directly went to the bathroom and did his morning routine and directly went to his office as he had no time to eat. He told her driver that from today he will drop and pick Wine from the school, and also Wine went to the school. Wine entered her new school. She was roaming around like a lost baby. Suddenly she bumped into someone. She fell on the floor. Can't you look forward while walking? Angry. Wine looked upwards while rubbing her head like a baby. She saw a boy. She stood up and said, "But you were also busy on your phone," innocently. The boy immediately pinned her to the locker. "How did you talk back to me? Don't you know who am I?" "No, low voice. I'm Yunjun. You are known as the bad boy, bully, playboy. सारे अच्छे गुण हमारे युनजुन में हैं कुछ भी Wine immediately got out of his grip and looked down. Yunjin put his hands on her waist and pulled her closer. Wine started struggling to get out of his grip. He started caressing her waist. Tears started to form in her eyes. Yunjin moved closer to her. A tear fell from her eye. "Why, baby, don't you like it when I touch you?" Biting lips. "Please leave me." No, baby, smirk. He started drumming his hands on her back continuously while smirking, while making Wine cry. Nobody dared to stop him as he is the son of the principal. Also, Wine didn't know anything about this thing as she is pure innocent at this time. Wine pushed him with all her strength and ran away, leaving Angel smirking. Wine somehow managed to take the routine and entered her classroom. So kids, we have a new student here. Please introduce yourself. Hello, I am King Wine. I hope to be friends with you all cutely. Wine, go and sit with you and here. Wine looked at him with fear in her eyes and went and sat beside him. "Look, baby, you are back to me," smirking. Yunjin was sitting in the last bench, so Wine also had to sit on the last bench too. Yunjin kept his hand on Wine's side as Wine started to push it away, but he gripped her thigh tightly. After some hours, the school got over as everyone took their bag and ran out. Wine was about to go out, but someone grabbed her wrist, tightly making Wine hesitate. When she turned back and saw Yunjin smirking, Wine pushed him hardly. He landed on the floor. Wine took the chance and ran away, leaving Yunjin. When saw the car was waiting outside the gate, she immediately ran to the car and sat inside it. The driver drove away the car to the mansion. Soon they reached the mansion. She immediately ran to her room, closing the door, and jumped on the bed, letting all her tears out. "I will tell everything to Taehyung." She started sobbing like a kid. After some time, she stopped crying and went downstairs to see the maids cooking food. She went near them. "Did you saw Taehyung?" "Yes, why?" "And he is in his home office." Wine, sir ordered me to make this hot chocolate. I made it. Can you give it to sir, please?" Wine took the hot chocolate with her and went to the office. She entered without knocking. She saw Taehyung's eyes were glued to his laptop. Wine moved closer to his table and said, Taehyung. Taehyung didn't bother to look up. Wine kept the hot chocolate on his table near the open file and shook him a little. I want to say something to you. Taehyung didn't listen as he was busy. Wine started shaking him and Taehyung accidentally clicked on the delete option. He slammed his hands on the table and stood up angrily. What the fuck? Wine flinched and moved backwards and accidentally her hand pushed the cup of hot chocolate, making it spill on the table and file. Taehyung stood up immediately and took the file in his hands. He is super angry now. His neck and arms swims are popping out due to anger. He glared at Wine. Can't you see I was not responding you? It means I am busy now. Look, what the fuck do you even know how much effort it took? It was about to complete. But look what you did. In anger, he didn't notice he was becoming a monster. He caught her burnt hand tightly and started dragging her out. He didn't notice he was gripping her burnt hand. One again started crying in pain. He pushed her out of the office, making her land on the ground. Don't ever disturb me with your stupid shits. Saying this, he shut the door on her face, leaving her crying and hissing on the ground. He sat on his chair angrily. He started massaging his temples. Wan immediately went to her room and went to the bathroom. She opened the water tap and placed her hand under the water while crying. She did this because the spot was now burning because of the tide grid. Ah, this is burning. After calming herself, she took a shower and came outside. Wan didn't wear any kind of jeans or pants. Her hair were tied in a messy bun. She had removed all her makeup. She went and laid on the bed, but the door burst up and there stood a super angry Taehyung. Wan stood up immediately. Taehyung took his coat from the closet and was about to go. Where are you going, scared? Taehyung shouted loudly in anger, making her flinch badly. Shut up! None of your business. He stormed out of the room after shouting. Wan again laid on the bed, but before she could sleep, maid called her for dinner. She went downstairs. Wan, please eat your lunch. You know I don't want to eat. Please, the maid tried, but Wan said that she didn't want to eat. Again, Wan went to their shared bedroom. She laid on the bed and again thought about the incident of this morning. She put on her headphone while listening to music. She fell asleep. Time skip at night. Taehyung entered the room after having dinner. He took a cold shower and laid beside Wan and chuckled at her silliness. He took her headphone and put it on the table and hugged her waist tightly, burning his face in the crook of her neck. I'm sorry, Angela. I didn't mean to shout on you. I was just angry. She didn't heard anything as she was asleep. Tomorrow I will make it up to you. Saying this, he also fell asleep. Time skip. Now Wine and all the students are standing in the school campus in assembly. Wine was standing in the front as the teacher wanted. So kids, I want to introduce you to the new trustee of the school. Everyone started whispering about the new trustee, but Wine just kept her head low, not looking up. But what next the principal said made Wine shocked, but she still kept her head low. Kim Taehyung. Hey, now let's meet in the next episode. Till then, please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. Don't forget to comment and say how is it.